Welcome, everyone. Everyone, welcome. Happy Sunday afternoon. I am your boy, Niner Beto, with the Niner Sickness Podcast. Welcome to another episode of 49er Talk. We're going to talk and we're going to recap this weekend's NFL draft. Which players are you excited about? Which players are you like, what were the Niners thinking? Are you excited in the direction the Niners are going? Are you upset? You're going to get your opportunity to call into the show and express how you feel right after this.
Roll up to the party, 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 roll up to the party.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. First and foremost, I just want to congratulate the Golden State Warriors on advancing to the next level and beating the Sacramento Kings in Game 7. Steph Curry, this guy is a maniac. 50 freaking points. 50 freaking points for Steph Curry in Game 7. Wow. The guy is a beast. So I just want to congratulate all the Warriors for winning and advancing, all the Warrior fans for supporting your team. Get ready. On Tuesday, they will be facing my Lakers. It's going to be an exciting series. And may the best team win between the Lakers and the Warriors. It'll be definitely fun to watch. But congratulations. Enjoy the win. Warrior fans. Let me say hello to everybody in the chat. Give me a second. We got Bebop Jones in the house. What's up, Bebop? We got Big Papa in the house. Hey, Beto. Does anybody know where there's any information on the undrafted free agents? You can go to ESPN page, or you can go to NFL.com. They'll have it there. Or if you just go to Google, type on there 49ers undrafted free agent signings, and it will take you to a bunch of lists that you can click on. John, welcome, brother. Happy Sunday afternoon, brother. What's up? We got Joe Mouse in the house. What's up, brother? Good afternoon. Welcome. We got Don Dodson in the house. Jayla and Ariel, hello. If you are watching, congratulations, Don, on your Warriors, and good luck in the next series. And remember to smash the like button and wipe your feet. Yes, Don. Thank you so much. Laura Cat. How you doing, Laura? Welcome. I'm excited about the Warriors. Yeah, baby. Yeah, congratulations, man. On that note, Laura, Bashir, I had to show him his receipts, because yesterday when we were doing the draft, he said, him and another individual, 49er Media, said, the Warriors are done. The Warriors are done. The way they played in San Francisco, they're done. They're finished. This is 49er Minded and 49er Media saying this. Bashar. And I said, as a Laker fan, don't ever give up on your team and the defending NBA champions in Game 7. And guess what? They won Game 7 and they're advancing, and the Kings are not. Never give up on your team. I don't care if you're upset. I don't care if you're disappointed. I don't care how bad they looked the week before or the game before. Never give up on your team. Go enjoy the win or go down in flames, but never, ever give up on your team. So yes, I am holding 49er media and 49er minded and showing him their receipts. How dare them? Lakers getting ready to knock them Dubs out. It's going to be a good game. I'll put my money on LeBron and AD anytime. But Curry, 50 points for Curry. My goodness. Klay Thompson, I don't know where he was. He was a no-show. So hopefully he'll stay like that for the rest of the series. Don Dodson's ready for our teams to play Tuesday. Yes. Jason, my brother from another mother, how you doing, sir? Welcome to the Niner Sickness podcast on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Good to see you, my friend. You're welcome, Big Papa. You're absolutely welcome. And Don says, Dub Nation, baby. Let's go. I'm not a Warriors fan, but you know what? I can be happy and excited for you guys today. Only today. Come Tuesday, I'm putting my game face on, and it is war. Warriors versus Lakers. But today, because they are a Bay Area team, I will go ahead and allow each and every one of you to get excited, and I'll be excited with you on today's win, Warrior fans. But come Tuesday, game face on this guy. Laura saying hi to Jason. Oh my God, what? Shaking my head. Bashar and media? Yes, Laura. Yes. They were on the show yesterday during the draft, and I asked them about the Warriors, and they're like, they're done. And I understand they were upset about the game they had lost a few days before in San Francisco, but you never give up on your team. You just don't. You got to remain faithful when it comes to your team. That's just, maybe it's just me, but you got to remain faithful on your team. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure I'm working this correct. Okay, here we go. Yep. NBA playoffs is boring. NHL playoffs is where it's at. I never got into NHL. I never got into hockey. I don't know what it is. I was rooting for the San Jose Sharks for a while, but I never got into it, so I just kind of left it alone. But hey, if you love hockey, apparently you do, hey, more power to you, man. More power to you. Eric, Willis, how you doing, brother? Welcome. Never give up on your Dubs. That's what I'm saying. So, please, everyone, wipe your feet before entering and smash that like button for your boy, Niner Sickness. Also, if you are not following me on Twitter, please make sure to follow me on Twitter at Niner Sickness 49. Go and give me a follow on Twitter. Support your boy. Would appreciate that. You can also support me on IG at Niner Sickness Podcast. I post a lot of things on IG, so make sure to follow me there. And if you want to see me make an idiot of myself, you definitely want to follow me on TikTok. I make some funny videos on TikTok, so if you want to see me make a fool out of myself about the 49ers, go and follow me on TikTok. If you have TikTok, at Niner Sickness Podcast, and enjoy entertainment on me. Maud Lopez, good afternoon. Good afternoon, my 49er sister. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Don, and I've light and wiped my feet better. Thank you. Thank you for wiping, not light, but thank you. Oh, you hit the light. Got you. Got you. Let's see here. So, the 49ers had 11 picks going into the draft on Thursday. Well, yeah, on Thursday. They didn't have no first, no second, and no third. Early, their own third. They had 3 comp picks on the third round, 99, 101, and and 102 going into the draft. On Friday, there was a player they wanted, obviously, and they moved up from 102 all the way up to 87. They traded with the Minnesota Vikings from 102 to 87. They gave up 164 in the 5th round, and they gave up 222 in the 7th round to do so. And they drafted Azir Brown from Penn State, safety that I wanted, that I liked, and I was excited that the Niners took him because if anybody ever watched Micah Hyde, safety of the Buffalo Bills, he kind of gives me that vibe, and I can't wait to see him develop and start next to Hufanga for years to come. I think a combination of Brown and Hufanga for the next few years is going to be fun to watch. Joey, what's up, Joey? My brother from another mother. How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Thank you once again, Joey, for hanging out with us yesterday on the show. It was a blast, and I really enjoyed having you on there, brother. Wonderful. Hey, you got to play. When you get the opportunity to play as little girls, take full and complete advantage. Undrafted free agent list. Let me see if I can find a list for you. Hold on, guys, and I can show it to you guys. We can talk about it. Let's see here. Courtesy of 49erswebzone.com. Make sure to go give them a follow if you're not following them. Let's see here. Oh, don't want that. All right, is this okay? So, according to Rohan, they picked up OSU Jack Coletto, and I believe he is a. Hold on, let me get a better one because this one does not identify. Okay, he's a linebacker and fullback. And then they picked up Corey Luciano Washington. Measurables are 6'4", 291. Are these free agents? Give me a second. Hold on, let me go to a different one. All right, this is a little bit better. This shows us the draft picks, and it'll give us the free agent. There we go. They picked up a running back, which is nice. They picked up a defensive end from the college that Mr. Trey Lance went to, North Dakota State. Defensive lineman Spencer Wage. Um, they signed him. They signed a offensive lineman from Hawaii, Manning. They signed a running back from UTEP, a running back Ronald Watt. Oregon State linebacker fullback Jack Coletto. Washington, okay, center Corey Luciano. Texas defensive back Deshaun Jimson. If I pronounce his name, if I did, my apologies. Marshall running back Kalan LeBron. And I believe those are it. And then for those that were kind of sleeping on the weekend, or if you were out with your family doing your thing, the free agents that the Niners signed were Jair Brown from Penn State, safety, kicker Jake Moody, Michigan, tight end Cameron Lato from Alabama, cornerback Darrell Luter from South Alabama, defensive end Robert Beal from Georgia Bulldogs, linebacker D. Winters from TCU, tight end Brandon Willis from Oklahoma, receiver Ronnie Bell from Michigan, and linebacker Jalen Graham from Purdue. Those were your 49ers draftees, and we're going to talk about them. We're definitely going to talk about them. Oh, you have it? Okay, no worries. I wanted to read them out anyway. David McNiner's in the house. What's up, David? Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for wiping your feet. Oh my goodness. Okay, I wanted to I read it twice because I wanted to make sure I read it correctly and I didn't jump the gun. So a friend of yours from high school's little brother passed away yesterday afternoon from a motorcycle accident. So this is definitely what I needed. Well, let's go ahead and have a moment of silence for Don's friend's little brother. May God continue to strengthen them and the family during this tough time. Let's have a moment of silence. May God rest his soul. Sorry to hear that about that, Don. Sorry to hear that. That is very, very sad news. From a motorcycle for someone that rides motorcycles, myself, never good to hear something like that. David McNiner says Joey Fisher likes to wreck an opposition's. Let's see, should fit right in. Yeah, I know a lot of people have been talking highly about Joey Fisher. I'm going to be honest, guys. With draft picks and definitely, especially with undrafted free agents, I don't get hyped. I really don't get hyped on undrafted free agents. I like that they are a good fit, maybe in our scheme, but there's a reason why these players don't get on a team. They don't get drafted. And I like to wait and see if they make the team because you guys, a lot of you guys know that not every undrafted free agent makes the team. So a lot of them are going to make the team, going to get cut, and then maybe brought back to the practice squad. But I would like to see them do something before I can give them any type of acknowledgement me personally, but it's okay to be hyped up. Some people get fired up for undrafted free agents, and that's okay. I'm just old school. I don't get hyped up from undrafted free agents. I want to see if they make the team. I want to see if how they develop, and I want to see them produce on the field before. And the same thing with draftees. But when you draft high, like in the first round, the potential is there to start year one. I think even if you draft all the way up to the third round, I think from the fourth going forward, people normally don't start year one, but we'll see. We'll see. But I've been hearing a lot of good things about Joey Fisher. But I want to see him in action doing his thing, and I want him winning a spot before I can really, really acknowledge this dude. You're welcome. You are welcome. So, let's talk about our first pickup in the draft. Everybody knows that the Niners signed Tashawn Gibson to a 1-year contract. Tashawn Gibson last year played phenomenal. He played so good last year that when Jimmy Ward came back from injury, he never got his spot back. They put Jimmy Ward in the slot, and now he's not even on the team anymore because Tashawn Gibson played well alongside of Hufanga, Tanano Hufanga. But he was contemplating retirement this offseason. And he signed with us 1 more year. But most likely, he's going to probably hang up his gloves after this season. I like the idea that the 49ers brought in a safety that can be groomed and developed under Tashawn Gibson so that at the very least, if something happens, knock on wood, to Tashawn Gibson during the season, this guy Brown can come in and step in. But the ideal thing is for him to be redshirted, learn, develop, and be ready for 2024. But the Niners can use a three safety set. So I'm expect to see him on the field at some point as a 3-set safety. But I love the pickup. I love the direction the Niners went. They addressed a position that needed to be addressed. They went after him at the value and at the place they took him. He was one of the best safeties available. And the Niners grabbed him. And the Niners probably felt he was not going to be there. So they got aggressive once again and moved up to go and get Mr. Brown. David Corona is in the house. What's up, David Corona? Welcome to the stream, brother. Facebook user, unfortunately, you got to allow Facebook to identify you through Ecamm, my app, or make your way over to YouTube. Follow me on YouTube so that I can identify your name, or write your name after your comment so that I can properly address you. I am a big Laker fan, but playing with the Warriors, playing with the Warriors, I think you meant to say Warriors, is going to be hard to beat them, but go Lakers. Listen, see, I can't address you because I don't know your name, but we got LeBron and we got AD. We got D'Lo, who stepped up. Austin Reeves has been really, really stepping up for us. After the trade, the Lakers are a completely different team. So it's okay to have, what's the word I'm looking for? It's okay to be a little bit nervous, but hey, man, Believe in your team. Believe in your team. Your team will be fine. Lakers will be fine. Since I missed the draft yesterday, how were our picks? I set to record it, but I didn't. Oh my goodness. And we're going to talk about it. So hang in there with us tonight. Today we're going to talk about it. Stevo Supremo in the house. How you doing, brother? Welcome. Welcome. 49er Media. What's up, brother? Welcome. David Corona, Lakers and the Warriors. Lakers all day. That's right, baby. That is right. We got Curry, Clay, Wiggins. Yeah, and you're the same guy that gave up on your team yesterday. I'm pulling out those receipts, Mr. 49er Media. We're done. There's no way we're going to beat the Kings. That's it. Our season's over. Those are not my words. You never give up on your team, no matter what. 49er Media and 49er Minded. No, 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 no. You do not give up on your team. No, that's not being realistic. How's giving up on your team being realistic? Being realistic is this. Man, bro, my Warriors lost to the Kings in San Francisco. Now they got to go back to Sacramento. The Sacramento fan base is going to be hype. They're going to be on fire. It's going to be hard to win in that stadium, but my team are defending champions. And if anybody can do it, it's going to be the Warriors. That is being realistic. You saying your team is done, season's over, without actually even playing the last game yet, is not being realistic, my friend. It's giving up on your team. So dismiss me with realistic. Attention, everyone. Attention. Clean up on aisle 4. Clean up on aisle 4. 49er Media pooped all over his pants, and we need someone to go and assist him. Please, clean up on aisle 4. David says, did the NBA start playing defense again? I haven't watched since the 1990s. Well, if you're going to talk about the game in particular if you're going to talk about the Warriors and Kings game 7, no defense, all offense. If you're going to talk about the Lakers and Grizzlies game 6, all defense. Media did say that, but Curry and Looney were the only ones who showed up. Yeah. Clay Thompson stayed behind. I don't know where he was. No, they would be on fire. Stop it. You were on video, my friend. Go and check out on my channel yesterday's game. And yesterday's third day of coverage of the NFL draft, and you can hear them in his own wording. Glad Green didn't cost me watching IBJ or versus Curry, another playoff series. Laura's laughing at Mr. 49er minded, 49er minded. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, you got to stay. Listen, I'm a Oakland. Well, they're not. Yeah, they're still Oakland. I am an Oakland Athletics A's fan for a very long time, and they are a trashy organization. The owner sucks. They're a farming team. They develop players and then they ship them out to other teams. But I still support them. I still support them because you got to remain loyal. But if indeed they make the move to Las Vegas under the same owner, I will stop watching A's games. Once they make the move to Las Vegas under the same owner, I will stop watching them. Now, if and when the A's ever sell the team, if I'm not already invested on another team by then I'll go back to support the A's on a different owner. But this owner is trash. This owner doesn't care for the community of Oakland. And I'm not going to support a team that doesn't support themselves. So, but you got to support your team. Absolutely. What's up, Daniel Burry Sports? Welcome. Sorry about my dog. The door, it's a beautiful day today. My wife has the door open and the dog is just going loco. David Corona making a prediction. Lakers in 6 or 7. That's not a prediction, bro. Come on. I don't know. 6, maybe 7. What is it? Is it 6 or is it 7? With conviction. Come on, brother. Come on. I said the Kings Arena would be too crazy. Listen, backpedal all you want, my young friend. But you said what you said. Dubs and okay, Don. Okay, Don. En game 5. Ándale pues. Lakers in game 4. Wow. You guys are funny. I'm making no predictions. I expect the Warriors and Lakers to be a great series. Obviously, as a Laker fan, I want to see my Lakers advance, but I want to see a great series among the Warriors, last year's defending champions, versus the new revised Lakers since the trade. Let it be fun and may the best team win. All I want is make sure no key player, I don't want no players, but I don't want no key players to get hurt. I don't want to play a series without AD. I don't want to see a series without Steph Curry. I want every player to stay healthy. That way, whoever wins because they played that much harder. So I want the best of the best from both teams during the whole series. A's finally won today. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. You haven't stopped watching A's games. I haven't. I watch them all the time. But if they move to Los Angeles under the same owner, I might stop. I don't know. It's hard. You're so passionate for a team. You love the team. You look at Laura. Laura goes to every game and supports the team. You buy jerseys. You buy stuff that has the A's on it, right? And then the owner, all he cares about is money. All he cares is about developing players and then shipping them out to other teams. Where's the loyalty to the fan base? It's just hard. It is hard. Who let the dogs out? Roof, roof. Who let the dogs out? David Corona, Lakers in 6. Look at these predictions. Look at the predictions just coming out of nowhere. Warriors only favored by 4.5 points. Well, they're the home team because the Warriors were 6. They were the 6th seed, we're the 7th seed. So the first 2 games will be. It would have been in Sacramento as well. So, I would have preferred to play the Kings because I think we match better with the Kings. But hey, in order to be the best, you got to beat the best. And if you want to advance, you got to make sure you earn every game. I just want it to be a very good series, and I want both teams to play very hard. And like I said, may the best team win. Las Vegas, I don't know what I said. I apologize if I said something different. But yes, I meant to say Las Vegas. Correct. Thank you, 49er Media. I walked away from A's MLB in 2003, actually. The ownership has been terrible for years. Absolutely. I hear you, bro. I hear you. I watch games, but I don't watch them as consistent as I used to. And I don't go to a lot of their games. I don't. If I watch it on TV more. But it's just hard, man. I want the officiating not to be a factor or call the game fair. I think you meant to say and call the game fair. Fair enough. Yep. And Mr. 49er man laughing. I don't know what he's laughing at, but he's laughing at something. My dog probably, she probably seen a cat or another dog and she's going wild. So my apologies for the background noise. But I'm not going to stop her. Before I used to yell at her, Lola, I used to say, Cleo, be quiet. But hey, I'm doing what I love to do is come on here and talk to you guys. She loves to bark. So me telling her to be quiet is like my wife coming in here and telling me, shut that off, right? So I got to let her do her thing. But please ignore her. It's really me barking. Somebody's calling. Is anybody calling? Hold on, guys. Hello?
How's it going?
Who's this?
This is Jose Canseco.
Oh, I don't have you programmed on this phone yet. That's why I don't know who you were.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me you know what? Let me put this phone on my road, and then you can call me back and everybody can. Yeah. I wasn't ready to do the call and show yet, but I don't mind.
Oh, okay, my bad.
No worries. Let me set it up and I'll have you call back.
20 minutes I gotta leave the house. So.
All right, I'll set up in about 2.
Okay.
All right. I love Mr. 49. He's like, get it done because I got to leave my house in 20 minutes. So I'm like, okay, I'll do it right now. I got to start saving. I got a new number so that I can make these phone calls, and I got to save everybody's names on here. But let me hook this phone up to my road. All right. It is connected. Okay, Senor 49er Minded, you're welcome to call in. Good evening, Dina Harvey. How you doing? Now he's calling. All right. 49er Minded, what's up? Hello, 49 Minded. Can you hear me? All right, hold on, guys. Let me sure it's on there. Can you hear me? Hello? It's connected to the roadcaster. That's weird. Hello? Let's see this. Hello? Hello, 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 hello? That is weird. Hello? All right, let's try this again. Hold on, guys. Let's make sure I'm connected. Hello? Hello, hello, hello? See, now I wonder if it's just him or is it on my side? Interesting. Sorry for the technical difficulties. My apology. I I don't hear you. Don't hear me? No, I don't hear you, which is weird. All right, let me double check this. Hold on, but it's connected. Connected. All calls. Let's see here. All right, let's see. Let me call him. Let's see if that works. You know what? Let me see something real quick. Let me try something.
Was able to take them to 7 games. Imagine what
Can you guys hear
AD will
that?
do, what LeBron will do, right? All the size we got in the paint.
All right, so it's connected. It is connected. That is interesting. Laura, are you still in the chat? Do you mind giving me a call just a little bit, just to do a test run? All you got to do is say hi, and then we can get off the phone. I just want to make sure, or anybody, let me put the number on. I just want to make sure it's not a connection between me and 49er Minded. Give me a second. Where is the... all right, there's the number on the screen. Hello?
Hi, I'm doing a little microphone check.
There you go. See, I can hear you, and we can hear you. We just can't hear 49er Minded. 49er Minded always...
Blocked him. That's why.
Yeah, he's always having issues.
Oh,
But he
ouch.
is. He's a Warriors fan.
Oh, he wasn't yesterday.
I know
No, I'm kidding.
he wasn't. He was all, they're gonna
No.
lose. They're done.
No, I'm messing with him.
Yeah, but
yeah, okay, so it's working
yes,
with me?
yes.
Okay, well, good luck.
All
with
right.
your star.
I appreciate it.
Okay,
All right, bye-bye.
okay, bye.
All right. See, Laura came through, Mr. 49er Minded. Okay, wait. Hold on, guys. Let me get the right one on here. Hello.
Okay, I hope you hear me now.
Yes. Now you're coming through.
Hallelujah.
I wonder
did
what
you
happened the
get-
first time.
I don't know. I could hear you just fine. I was hearing you just fine.
I wanted to
Can you
make
hear me?
sure. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't on my side, and then here I'm trying to have you.
Okay.
So when Laura called right now, I think you heard her.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't on my side. I wanted to
so
clear it up.
Beto,
Yes.
there's something in this universe called tough love.
Oh, I know that
And-
all too well.
And that's what I was giving the Warriors yesterday, some tough love, because they got their asses handed to them in San Francisco, and they should have closed out the series that day, and they didn't. So
I would.
they heard my tough love on YouTube, and they responded
Ah,
to Sacramento and to dim the beam and quiet that crowd.
listen, I'm first and foremost, I'm gonna congratulate you Warriors to you. Congratulations on winning and advancing. But if someone else is calling, please wait until I'm done with my caller, and then I'll
I'm
take
not
you.
gonna be on here that long.
No, I know,
So,
but I still got to explain that to everyone.
okay.
Make sure that
All right.
when I'm done with my caller, you guys can call in and talk to me. Otherwise, I can only take one call at a time. But just to clarify, yes, tough love is tough love, but you gave up on your team, bro.
I did,
You say they were
dude,
done.
man.
I'm sorry. Receipts are
No, they
receipts.
look. They didn't. They didn't show me anything in San Francisco, and they played horrible. They played the worst playoff game I've ever seen them play. They played the worst home playoff game I've ever seen them play in any, regardless of any Warrior team ever. I'm talking going back to the Chris Mullin, Tim Hardaway era when I was when I started off being a fan then. So I've been with this fan through the worst of times. I mean, God forbid you sit through a 12-year playoff drought, and then come talk to me and tell me I'm not a real fan. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I follow the A's, so
yeah.
I know
Well, I mean,
I know what a drought is, bro. Trust me. So you're talking to me. I know what a drought is. The Niners, for a while, for a minute, that the Niners weren't doing that good either. So I hear
none
you.
of our teams had a 12-year playoff drought like the Warriors did, man.
Yeah.
I never once thought the Warriors would ever even sniff a championship. So
Now they
in my
have
lifetime,
now they now
they
they have
won one
four.
before I was born. Yeah, they won a few of them before I was born, actually, but I never witnessed those, so those didn't count for me.
Those didn't count for you.
Well, I mean, if I wasn't there to witness it, I think no, to watch it, I didn't get to see it. So, I mean, they count for the organization, but for myself, the ones that count are the ones I watched. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. People always ask me. I think you might have asked me in the past too. Hey, Beto, since you were born and raised in the Bay Area, how is it that you are a Lakers fan and not a Warriors fan?
No, it's like, dude, you posted something the other day, like, oh, it's a great day today. The 49ers did good in the draft. The Lakers won, and the Warriors lost. Ha 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 ha. And like you were saying, you were the Warriors hater, and here you are doing all this petty stuff every time the Warriors lose. It's like, come on, dude.
Well, I do that for the fan base. I love. Hey, before I started this show, I gave kudos to the Warriors and kudos to the fan base. I congratulated them. So if I really, really hated it, listen, I don't care how good or if the Boston Celtics advance, I will never give them credit for nothing. As a Laker fan, I don't like Boston. So no credit to them. As a Warrior fan, I like to mess around with you and other like Brandon and all those 49 media, everyone that is a Warrior fan. But I can give kudos like I did earlier to the Warriors. I wouldn't do that
All right. So we're
to
gonna
Boston.
play you. We're gonna play you guys. You guys are gonna play us. So
On Tuesday. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a really, really tough series. I've been kind of mad at Steve Kerr this year because he didn't bring in another big man, and he sticks to small ball stuff, and then he doesn't play Kaminga enough, and I don't like his lineups. I question his lineups from time to time, but I think he gasses out his players way too much. He doesn't integrate people to give other people rest and all that other stuff. But maybe this series he coaches things up more to my liking, and I'm pretty sure Kaminga will probably play more this series, but. Hopefully, but if he wants to win, that is. So we'll see. It's going to be a very interesting series. So let the best team win.
Absolutely. Real quick, hold on, my friend. For those I tried calling in earlier. That was probably you calling in. I can only take one call at a time. I'm talking to 49.
I'm going to get going, Beto.
No, I know, but
I have to get going.
All right, I'll let you go, and I'll just explain that I have the next call. But hey, I appreciate you calling in and go Lakers, baby. Let's go.
All right, see you, man.
Peace. That was
Warriors.
that was Bashar from 49er Media. Make sure to go follow him. He's building up his channel. He's almost to 1K. Go support my friend. Go give him a follow, a like, and subscribe to his channel, por favor. The lines are open. I can only take one call at a time. So if the phone's busy, wait until I get off the phone. All right, let's see who's next. Welcome to the Niner Sickness Podcast. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
This is 49er Media.
49er Media. What's up, brother?
It's good.
So you were the one calling earlier?
No, I was waiting
Okay.
until you. I didn't call you,
Are
but
you?
then you Bashar
Oh no, no,
said
it
to
wasn't
call
you
you.
because this is the 40 Facebook. You actually come on here. My bad. Confused it with the other
No, all
caller.
good.
Yeah, no
It's all
worries.
good.
So, this is football. So we're gonna talk football now. If you want to kind of throw a little bit of Warriors talk because the Warriors won today and because the Warriors advanced to the second round. I'm okay with the callers if they're Warrior fans. If they want to talk about the Warriors a little bit because they're fired up, I'm okay with that. But keep in mind it's a Niner podcast. But because they advanced today, I give them the opportunity to have fun, talk about their Warriors. Unless you're going to try to clown on my Lakers, then I accidentally hit the hang up button.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably just say something simple, and then we can really talk Niners. But honestly, I know I was doubting them yesterday. I will say, yeah, I kind of gave up on them just because I kind of was. I just thought really the home, like, winning at home was really our only chance. But I'm glad, Curry showed up, and that, it was great to see that he scored 50 points. So it's definitely gonna be a good series versus you guys. You guys have definitely been different than, since you guys made all those crazy trades at the trade deadline. But we always know Warriors Lakers rivalry always is gonna be a good one. So it's gonna be an
Absolutely.
exciting series.
And let me just bring a real quick clarity to Mr. Bashar from 49er Minded. Listen, if I slipped up and said 49er Media, come on, guys. 49er Minded, 49er Media, really, really close there. So I can see the slip up. Now, it's not like you're called a completely different name that I was like, where do you get that name? But come on, I can slip on a 49er Minded, 49er Media. Come on. Your team won today, bro. Lining up. I'm messing with Bashar. I love that dude. I am not the 49er whisperer. Oh, okay. And then he says, what did he put on here? Oh, look who called in. I wonder. I did not call you that. What's up, Supremo? Media had to call in Beto, call him out. Yep. Um, you call me? No, I didn't. Not today. Stop it. What's up? What's up, John Jay? How you doing, brother? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. So, 49er Media.
Yes.
Getting back a little bit to the Niner talk with this weekend's draft. Who is your draft crush? Now, everyone keep in mind, none of these players are really going to be. I know people like to say give them a grade, but in all honesty, how can we really grade them when they haven't even played in the NFL? I think if we were talking about the 2020 draft class, maybe we can grade them, but you got to give players at least 3 years to see what they're made of. So, no grades, just draft crush. Who out of all the picks that the Niners took, who is your draft crush?
Yeah, I mean, I usually like to grade at the beginning, but that's only just because that's like a basic grade of what the pick was. But then obviously I like to grade it after 3 years. But anyways, who was my draft crush? It was Jair Brown from Penn State. At the time when I saw the 49ers, trade up, I was like, there's no way, because whenever I want a player, whenever us fan base really wants a player, most of the time I end up getting disappointed. I'm like, man, my guy that I wanted was right there. And then, some other team end up picking him up. But, obviously I kind of felt like the Niners were going to go with the safety just because they have Gibson on the 1 year deal. But I thought, okay, maybe they'll go a little bit later, kind of like they did when they, picked Hufanga late. And so I'm really excited that they got Jair Brown. He's basically a great Jimmy Ward replacement. I don't think he's going to play too much this year, but when Steve Wilkes decides to go with, three safety look, he will be on the field. And so, that was something like what Hufanga got too, right? Hufanga did get a bit of playing time even his rookie year, not a ton. So we kind of saw some, flashes from him. And so I'm just really excited to see what Jair Brown does. He's very versatile. You know, definitely his 40 time obviously, wasn't the best, but he plays quicker, on the field. When you're with that 40 time, you're not wearing, no pads or anything. It's definitely different, in speed games. So definitely happy with the Jair Brown pick.
Yes, I like that pick. And I mentioned in the beginning of the show that, the 49ers coming into the draft needed to address. I don't know if when they were going to address it, but they needed to address safety position. Tashawn Gibson played very well with the Niners last year, was a great player with role model to Hufanga, played well next to him, but he is up there in age, and he was thinking of retiring this offseason.
Yep.
Good for us that he decided to sign another year. But we needed to bring someone that we could develop underneath him to ready to step up. And the 49ers also could play a 3-set safeties and put all 3 of them out there. But at the very least, once Tashawn Gibson retires, this young man can be ready to go and step up and run the show. And I'm excited to see these 2 guys, him and Hufanga, be our safeties for years to come.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's, the Niners end up trying to plan, fairly well when they can, like they drafted Aaron Banks. They kind of knew, okay, we might not be able to bring back Laken Tomlinson, so they had Aaron Banks as the replacement, and this is exactly what they're doing with the Jair Brown pick, being prepared because, yeah, like you said, Deshaun Gibson was complimenting, thinking about retiring, and so I think he is probably going to retire next year. And so it's just a great plan for the Niners. And that way, like I said, the guy, even though he may not be starting, I'm sure he's going to be on special teams where he definitely, that's something that as a rookie, if you want to try and get playing time, special teams is definitely a big way to, get your way onto, more playing time, just like Jordan Mason. So I'll leave you with that, but thanks for letting me call in, Beto.
You're welcome, man. Thank you for calling in and partaking on today's show. Appreciate the support. That's 49er Media. He also has a YouTube channel that he's starting up, and he's on Twitter, Instagram, and all social medias. Make sure to go follow him and support him at 49er Media. Great guy, man. He loves his, very passionate about his team, and so check him out. Thank you once again, 49er Media, for stopping by. I truly appreciate you, my friend.
Yep, thank you. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.
All right. So that was 49er Media, and earlier was 49er Minded. The lines are open. The numbers on the screen. Area code 209-961-2189. Feel free to call in and let me know how you feel. Let us all know how you feel about the draft pick. 49er Media mentioned that he liked Brown. I love Brown too. I want to talk about the linebackers. I'm excited about the linebackers. Let's see here. Welcome. Thank you for calling to the Niner Sickness Podcast. Who do I have the pleasure to speak with?
This is David Corona.
David Corona's in the house. What's up, David? How you doing, sir?
What's up, man? Pretty good.
Good, man. So, first and foremost, are you ready for the Warriors on Tuesday?
Oh, you know it.
It's going to be a good series.
Yeah, I think it's gonna go all the way to. I hope we win in 6, but I think it's gonna go all the way to Game 7.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I like it.
But yeah, like if we beat the Warriors, I think the Lakers got it. I think they'll win the championship.
Okay.
But yeah. And the 49ers, I like that guy from the Georgia, Ed Rusher.
Oh, Beal.
Yeah, I want to see what he got.
Yeah, he looks like he's not a great player when it comes to like playing linebacker where he has to defend a tight end. But if you allow him just to pin his ears back and go after the pass rusher, this kid's a beast.
Right.
Robert Beal Jr. From Georgia Bulldog, and I think that under Chris Kasarik, and he's going to specifically probably come in on third downs to kind of relieve Jackson or whoever is running the show on the opposite of Bosa. He's going to come in as fresh legs and be able to pin his ears back and just go after the quarterback. Right. And he has long arms, bro, like 7 feet arms, bro.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
I'm glad the 49ers picked him up.
Yeah, now, like I said earlier, I get hyped about prospects that get picked up by the Niners, but I have to wait and see how they produce. I was hyped up about Solomon Thomas, and I'm not saying that none of these picks are going to be Solomon Thomas, but the possibility is there. The possibility they can turn into Nick Bosa or they can turn into Solomon Thomas. So I like to always wait up to 3 years to kind of see where they're at. But based on college and based how the 49ers want to utilize this man, he definitely has the tangibles to go out and get some sacks. So, and he's fast too. So I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. If they put him on the other side of Nick Bosa, I think it'd be real good because they got Nick Bosa on the other side, and they put this guy in on the other side, and they got that Harding guy from the Eagles, put him in the middle, and put the other two guys we got, and I think this guy will come in and get at least in his rookie year, maybe I say 6 sacks for him.
6 sacks?
If he plays all the games, I say 6 sacks.
Interesting. I just want to say,
I thought Jacksonville got like at least 5, but he only got like 2.5. He
didn't play that much. I think I'm very excited to see what year 2 is going to be with Drake Jackson. This kid is explosive.
Yeah, me too.
Under Chris Kasarik, I'm really hoping that he does make the leap from year 1, from freshman to sophomore, because we're going to need him. We got Bosa. We're going to sign him. We have Bosa, the defensive player of the year. We struggle a little bit in the inside, unfortunately, with Kinlaw because of the injuries. But now they went out and got Javon Hargrave from Philadelphia and free agency. That guy's a monster. He's a beast. He's going to be able to step up and help up Bosa. And then Eric Armstead, whenever you have 2 people that can terrorize and they're double teaming those 2 individuals, Eric Armstead comes alive. And if he has a lot of one-on-ones, he's going to win them. Now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The guy at the end, which is Jackson, if he can step up and play decent, he doesn't have to play great, but just play decent, solid.
Play decent and solid, right?
This front 7 is going to be ferocious. And then you have the Robert Beal Jr. to bring in. You have Clemson Farrell that we picked up. You have Bryant that we picked up in rotation. We brought back Kerry Hyder. So there's a plethora of rotational pieces. And then Kalia Davis, the red-shirted D-tackle, he's going to be able to come in and help out in the middle. This defense under Steve Wilkes can be very, very scary.
A Super Bowl champion team right here. What we got?
Yeah.
And go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And defense wins championship too.
Yes.
So like with the team we looking at right now, our team, we looking like we're a Super Bowl team. We should have got there last year, but like our quarterback got injured. But it's all right. We're coming in this year. We're gonna take it this year, and I could feel it.
On that note, before I let you go, David, I appreciate you calling in. You hit a spot that really, really rubs me the wrong way. The fact that We do have a Super Bowl roster. We're great at every position, but the position that is the most important
Quarterback.
on a roster, quarterback. I hate that we
Yep.
have a question mark. I
Yes.
really hope that Trey Lance can really step up. If Trey Lance can blow us out of the wall, oh my goodness. You
Yeah,
know, whether it's
exactly.
Brock Purdy, whether it's Trey, I don't care. Even Sam Donald, I don't care. I just want
Yeah,
a
me too.
quarterback to step up, play well, and give this defense that we have a chance. Allow the playmakers on offense to be who they are. Deliver them the ball. I want it to be Trey.
Exactly.
You know, if I can categorize it, Trey, Brock, then Sam. But at this point, it doesn't matter who does it, as long as it gets done. With that, David,
We
thank
win
you
the
for
cha-
calling.
and we- All right, man. All right, thank you for having me. All right.
It's always a pleasure. Always
Okay.
welcome to call back,
Okay.
brother.
Okay. Hey, is this your number? Can I save it?
Of course.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna save it.
All right, brother.
Okay.
You
All
have a
right,
good
man.
day.
All right, you
Bye-bye.
take care. Oh, you too. All right, bye.
All right, that was David Corona. Thank you for calling in, man. Pleasure talking to you. David Villa in the house. What's up, David? How you doing, sir? The lines are open. If you want to call in and tell me how you feel about the 49ers, did we get better? Are we the same? Or did we get worse? Let me know who your draft prospect is, your crush. And we're going to talk about the kicker. Oh, man. Are we going to talk about the kicker? A lot of 49er fans are upset. But I'm going to tell you why. To kind of wait to get upset a little bit later than this draft. David Villa says, "What's up, Niner family? Niner sickness, the man just wiped my feet. Thank you, sir. Glad to be here and happy with all the new Niners additions. Let's go." I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that a lot. The lines are open. 209-961-2189. Please feel free to call and express how you feel about your team. So, as I wait for the next call, let's talk about pick number 2.
Let's make sure that we get calm and collective and let's talk about the kicker. The kicker are people too. So
Let's talk about Jake, the kicking beast, Moody. Drafted 99th overall with our comp pick from Michigan, a Wolverine. People are like, but Niner Beto, why a kicker? Kickers, you could have picked one up as an undrafted free agent. You could have drafted him later. Listen, the 49ers did not have a 4th round pick. The 49ers could not guarantee they can move from the 5th into the 4th. Okay, they couldn't guarantee that to themselves. We know for a fact now that the New England Patriots moved up. They moved up in the 4th round to go and get a kicker. And I think it was like 12 or 13 spots later, they got a kicker. So it's hard for me to believe that the Patriots were not looking in getting Jake Moody. I think they wanted Jake Moody. So I see why the Niners did what they did. I think they wanted Jake Moody. Welcome to the Niner Sickness Podcast. Who do I have the pleasure to speaking with?
It's David McNiner.
David McNiner, how you doing, brother? Thank you for calling in.
I'm doing good, buddy. How about you?
I'm doing great, man. So we were just talking about the kicker right before you called in, and I want to get your thoughts. First, I want to get your thoughts, and then I want to ask you who's your crush on this year's draft based on what they've done in college. Obviously, we don't know what they're going to do in the NFL. But on the topic of the kicker and the Niners drafting, and I was just I don't know if you heard, I think you did, about the Patriots picking 14 spots later and also taking a kicker, and they moved up to take a kicker. I think they got a.
Yes.
I think the Niners kind of heard that through the tea leaves that Moody would have been gone before the 5th round, and people said, well, the Niners could trade from the 5th round into the 4th. There's no guarantee that there will be a trade partner for that. So they had to, if they wanted a kicker, which they needed one, they had to do what they had to do. With that said, what are your thoughts on Jake Moody?
Well, my initial thoughts is this guy better be good to be taken where he's taken. You know, I want to see like an all-pro season every year out of the kid. But there were actually 3 kickers taken in this draft.
Yep.
You know, Jake Moody being the first, Chad Ryland being the second by the Patriots, and then Green Bay picked up Auburn's kicker.
Yep.
I can't remember the kid's name exactly.
But yeah, 3 kickers and I believe
then,
2 punters.
That's right. The Patriots picked up a punter too, so it's kind of, you know, you hardly ever see punters drafted. We drafted Wisnowski in the 4th round back at years ago.
Yep. Yes, we did. We took him, I think, 2017 or 2018.
Yeah.
But just real quick on a history note, do you remember the last time we went to a Super Bowl? We drafted a kicker in the 3rd round as well.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of his name. It's slipping my mind. But we drafted a kicker in the 3rd round, and we went to the Super Bowl. I don't know. I'm just saying if history finds a way of repeating itself. But with that said, so what's your thought, man? Like you were talking about the Patriots took a kicker. I don't know about you, but I think Moody was the best kicker in this year's draft.
Well, his percentage of hitting, he was definitely the best kicker of the draft. Chad Ryland really isn't that far behind him. But, now, we go from Robbie Gould, who from about 39, 40 yards out, was very unreliable, to a kid that can hit up to 49 yards very consistently. But I kind of want to see I want to see us be able, he's a 3rd round pick. So I want to see us be able to trot him out there and hit a 60-yarder to win a game. A tough, fought out, ground out game. I want to see that.
Yeah, I think as long as it's a 59, but definitely, because a lot of people saying he don't have a leg, but if I see 59 up there, I don't know about you, bro, but you kind of have to have a leg to be able to kick 59 yards.
Yes, you do.
Not anybody can, and people think that kicking is easy. No, it's not. Look at the Cowboys kicker. He can even kick extra points, much less a 60-yarder. And one thing that I like about Moody, he was 60. No, was he 6 for 6 or 60 for 60 on extra kicks? In other words, he never missed an extra kick in his career.
That's true. That's true. He did not miss an extra point in his college career.
And and those are things that are very important.
That's a pretty amazing feat, The NFL's a little different though, our goalposts aren't quite as big as college. The hash marks are different. It's going to be a little bit of a change for him. Hopefully he can adjust. And now we have competition, though, going on. We got the 3rd round pick, Jake Moody, versus a guy who had a solid 2021 in Gonzalez, but, didn't play last season due to injury.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a competition from a guy who's done it versus the best kicker in the draft. So that ought to be interesting. But
Yeah.
what I found interesting about the draft is we did not take an offensive lineman.
Yeah. You know what that tells me, honestly, David, is that the Niners are truly confident in McKivitz. They are confident, and I understand that McKivitz, since we took him in 2017 or 18, I forgot when we took him. He's been up and down a little bit. I understand that as fans, we kind of see him play not so good, so we don't like him because of it. But the Niners coaching staff are with him day in and day out. They see things that we don't see. They watch him in practice. Yeah. They watch him get better. We don't see this unless you are a reporter that is always around the team. You don't see it. So I'm not saying just to believe in your coaching, but I'm going to keep an eye on McKivitz. But the fact that they went out and cut a couple of guards, they feel comfortable with, and there's one of them that they got in free agents. They said they feel comfortable with him playing tackle. I'm trying to think of the name, not Feliciano, but the other guy.
Joey Fisher.
Oh,
Joey Fisher.
Now, okay. Now,
I have spent the last 24 hours watching some tape on this guy.
But why did he make it as an unfree agent?
He's incredibly strong.
Okay.
Incredibly strong. And he's mean. I mean, when he's not done playing until the play's over. And I mean, he's bent on defeating whoever he's up against.
But
it's almost like George Kittle and Juwan Jennings, but in a much bigger frame,
Okay, so let me ask you, not to be Debbie Downer here. Okay, Joey Fisher. If he's good as advertised, as everybody's raving about on Twitter, why did nobody draft him at least in the 7th round?
He played for a Division IIA school that no one's hardly ever heard of. I've never heard of Shepherd before, I'll be honest. So his competition, I mean, he was literally a man amongst boys in the league he was playing. But, now he's got to come into training camp. He's going to be going up against NFL talent. So, hopefully if for some reason he doesn't make the team, we're able to practice squad the guy so we can work on developing him.
Now, okay, so there you go. With your own words, you said that this guy, Joey Fisher, is pretty good. He went to a small school, so nobody really. So if the Niners apparently scouted him, this is why they didn't draft a tackle in the draft, because they knew that the chances are they will get this kid, which they did. And if he turns out to be as good as you say he is, then the Niners are definitely doing their homework.
Yeah, he fits right in with the wrecking crew we have for blockers, though. I mean,
so he's a mauler.
What I've seen on tape, oh yes, and I'm just, I mean, all the competition we have this year. Think about it. You got McKivitz, you got Jalen Moore, you got Matt Pryor. We got Feliciano.
Matt Pryor's the one that
tackle, but his main thing is interior.
Yeah. Matt Pryor's the one that I was trying to think of the name that they picked up, that they like him as tackle as well. This is per their.
Yeah, he's a big fella. He's a mammoth of a man. But I mean, we have lots of competition for the right tackle spot. So, hopefully they don't just award it to the guy and make everyone earn it. That brings that competition, will bring out the best in everybody, right?
Absolutely. And the fact that listen, that offensive line, there is a question mark at the right tackle, right? So that is a concern. But it is only one spot. We brought back our center. Some people like him, some people don't, but he played a full year at that position and did okay. He's going to get better. He played with Trent Williams already. Spencer Burford kind of rotated a lot with Daniel Brunskill, but the reason why the Niners let Brunskill go is because they are confident in Spencer Burford, and he plays 60% of the snaps over Brunskill. So he's ready to rock and roll at the guard position. So this unit has been playing together. The only question mark is the right tackle. So I believe that our offensive line coach is going to definitely have a competition for that spot. I think they're naming McKivitz as the lead at that spot, but there's no guarantee that week one he'll be the starter. I better believe, you better believe, everyone better believe that they're going to open up that spot at competition and then may the best man win. But it's better to deal with one spot than it is imagine if we didn't bring back our center. Now we had to draft a center or bring it. Now we have to kind of work with two spots. So I'm a little bit more comfortable just working in one spot than working with two.
Yes, that's true.
Especially in that offensive line.
He might be Feliciano and Zakel. I mean, they're literally Swiss Army knives. And Zakel's the guy I didn't throw in the mix. He did play tackle in college.
Yes, he did.
So if you throw Zakel and Jeff Fisher, the guy we picked up, that's 6 players that are going to be competing for one spot.
Yeah. So that's why I don't think the Niners are frantic. I don't think that's what the Niners are overlooking the position. They know what they're doing. They know what they have. They needed to fill. Now, with that said, back to the kicker real quick. I know a lot of Niner fans are upset that we took a kicker in with a second pick in the 3rd round, but a lot of these players are not going to make the roster. A lot of these picks are probably going to get stashed in the practice squad. There was a position of need, which was kicker. There's almost a guarantee that he's going to win that job, and he's going to be kicking for us for the next 10 years. So they took that chance and drafted him there. Look at Trey Sermon. They took a running back. He didn't work out. TDP is still on question, right? Is he going to work out this year or he's not?
The undrafted running backs we have, I think TDP might be on the chopping block.
See, and there you go. And if that's the case, you already lost 2 third-round picks. So at least with a kicker, I mean, come on. You know that's going to be his job. So there's a guaranteed spot for him. So people are kind of, I always tell people this, trying to get yourself away from emotion, be an emotional fan, and try to look at things from all aspects of why a decision is made for the team, and just don't look at it from a fan standpoint. Try to look at it as a business decision as well, because as a fan, we can get angry. We can make assumptions that the best one that I always hear, bro, is, but we could have waited into the 5th round. We could have waited. How do you know he would have been there? You know what I mean? You don't know that. Maybe he would be there by the 5th round. Maybe he wouldn't. You don't know that. So as a team, if you like a certain player and you're convicted by this player, and you love him, and you don't think you're going to get him, you just don't roll the dice. You go for it. And if it plans out, then you won that draft choice. If it doesn't, then, you learn from it. But never be afraid to reach for a position because you feel that they might not be there when you're going to draft again.
Well, and that's 100% true, And with the Patriots picking Chad Ryland, 14 picks later, that if we would have left him dangling out there, they probably would have snagged him. Then, Green Bay picked the kicker in the 6th round. They probably would have been trying to snag on Chad Ryland before we picked at 155. And then next thing you know, we're relying on a guy that hasn't played football since 2021. So, but at the same time, now we have a rookie kicker on a rookie contract. We don't have to pay Robbie Gould. And, that's going to benefit us for the next 4 seasons.
Exactly.
And on top of that, I mean, the one guy I really like out of this draft class is Latu, the tight end,
I like him too.
because he played linebacker his first 2 seasons. Then he switched to tight end for his last 2 seasons because of how good his hands were. And he, at that point in time, you're still growing, and he grew up a little bit, got a little big. So, he's a guy that can step in and play special teams right off the bat.
Yep.
He was a linebacker. He can tackle. Matter of fact, a lot of these guys that we signed in free agency and a lot of these guys that we took in the draft, I'm convinced that we're trying to fix our special teams coverage unit, because we were amongst the bottom of the league there,
Absolutely.
when it comes to our coverage unit. So, a lot of these guys we brought in, I honestly think it's to fix that coverage unit and make them better, which will in turn help out our defense, because the opposing offense will have worse starting position. And then that'll help our offense, because our defense will be able to give them better position.
Absolutely.
So, that's the whole trickle down effect, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. His position on the field matters. It does. If you can pin and that's another reason why they got Moody too, because we all know that as good as Robbie Gould is not missing the field goal attempt in the playoffs, he wasn't getting the ball into the end zone. And you want to get the ball into the end zone. You don't want to give the opposing team an opportunity to score on you. And Robbie, as good as he's been, because of his age, just hasn't had that leg anymore. And he was not getting it in the end zone. And I think this is why they also brought in Moody. So hopefully he can get those balls in the end zone and they can start at their 25 instead of trying to move it to their 40 and start from there. And you're right. Position is key. Let me just say hi real quick to Jesse from East Coast Red and Gold podcast. I just want to say once again, thank you for co-hosting with me all 3 days. She co-hosted with me Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And Saturday was a 7.5 hour live. And the other 2 days were 4.5 hours. So kudos to Jess for hanging out with me. And I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being part of the chat as well. Dave, before I let you go.
Yeah, I was actually bouncing around from stream to stream because everybody was streaming the draft, so I was just trying to support everyone.
And that's good. And I know
shout out to Jess. Steve-O Supremo just put 40 reps. That's what Joey Fisher did at the combine. He's incredibly strong. And hey, we got David Villa in the chat. What's up, buddy?
David Villa, yeah. Yep, he's in the chat. He says,
Yep.
I'm sure I am happy and very good moody. And he's in a really good moody. So now they're going to use phrases with moody and pretty. If you're in the moody mood, you'll feel pretty good. But David,
here we go, right?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's going to start. David, it's a pleasure having you on, bro. Thank you for calling in. I'm going to give opportunity for other callers to jump in here and say hello. Appreciate you like always. Thank you for supporting all the content creators, man. You are awesome. I love you, brother, and continue to be in you, bro.
All right, I will.
You have
Go
a good
Niners.
Go Niners, baby. All right. That was David McNiner. Give me 1 second, guys. That was David McNiner who called. Let me lock him in here. I should have did that to the rest of the callers. So when they call again, I know who they are. All right, save. There he is. All right, guys, how's everybody doing today? I hope everyone is doing well. Who was the last one to call me? Oh, David Corona, right? I just want to make sure I put the right name. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Corona. Let me see here. Corona. Nah, gotta know how to spell here. All right, Corona. Boom. The lines are open. The lines are open. You can call me at 209-961-2189 to say hello. Oh, no. The last one that called me was, David Corona. Then it was 49er Media. And then it was 49er Minded. So give me a second, guys. 49er Media. Hit save. Thank you for calling the Niner Sickness Podcast. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
This is Dina L. Harvey, your Philadelphia connection.
Yeah, my connection from Philadelphia. How you doing, Dina?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing great. My goodness. The draft is over. Niners
Yes,
took
Lord.
some players, a particular kicker that we were just talking a minute ago. What are your thoughts on this?
I wanted to chime in on that. I was looking at a couple of things on Messenger from some other 49er fans, well, so-called 49er fans, and they were like giving grades, and they gave the kicker a D minus only because they said that his foot is not as long as you think. Like his kicking ability is not as long as you think. And I said, well, that's a load of crap because if somebody can kick 50 plus yards, you know, they have a foot, right?
His longest is 59 yards. You don't kick 59 yards if you don't have a leg.
Thank you. So everybody's like, yeah, he's a D. The Niners should have never picked him. We give the Niners a grade D minus for that. And I'm like, first of all, how the heck can you grade these guys
Come on now.
just based on a few plays that you might have seen, unless you really followed the team? How can you grade someone?
Exactly.
We don't know. I mean, we're taking a chance. We're giving these young guys a chance, an opportunity, okay, based on what, maybe Lynch might have saw and said, okay, they might be a good fit for us. It's a chance, You can't give a grade. Give a grade afterwards to see if they make the cut, make the team.
Yeah, you gotta allow them to play and show what they can do before you ship them out of town.
Right, exactly. And, the other thing, too, I just wanted to throw kudos to you and Jess and Bashar for hanging out and doing this for us and making the draft process laughable, understandable, and just plain fun. It was great to have you guys on YouTube and then mute my TV and watch it.
Well, thank
I just
you.
wanted to give.
I
just
really
wanted to give
appreciate
kudos
that from
to
you, Dina.
Yeah, I just wanted to give kudos to you on that.
Appreciate it.
Because I know it was a lot, and kudos to your wife for putting up with.
Yeah, she's a true trooper. Yes, she is. It wasn't hard for her though. She's like, what, 7 hours away from me? I don't. Yeah, go ahead. She probably wishes the draft was like for 6 days straight.
Yeah, but I just wanted to chime in on that. I really disagree with people giving out grades until we really see for ourselves.
Well, look what they're doing with Trey Lance, Dina.
That annoys the heck out of me. Okay?
Look what they're doing with him. They're trying to ship him out, trade him, and the guy hasn't had a true opportunity.
Don't even know jack about him yet. He hasn't had a chance to show us what he's about.
Yeah, those are the same people that don't like the kicker pick.
Yeah, it's like, get over yourself.
Yeah. They
You know,
want. They
give
want.
the guy a chance.
Yes.
I'm tired of the discussion on, Purdy and Lance. Let the guys play ball.
Exactly.
Let them play ball.
You give them a
see what
chance and an
happens.
opportunity to showcase, like Solomon Thomas. I think he was. I think he was more of a uh, a victim of getting drafted where he got drafted at, and the pressure
Yeah.
of being that number 3 pick overall that really messed him up. I don't think he's a bad player. I think if we would have picked him up in the bottom of the 20th in the first round, people would have been more patient. But 49er faithful, and all fan bases do this, Dina, but a lot of Niner faithful,
Yeah.
they're like, they want the what do you call it? They want the team and the production to happen right away. They want the player to step on the field and become Joe Montana or become
And you know
a
that's
Nick
not going to
Bosa.
happen.
No, it takes time to develop, and if they don't,
Right.
Brock Purdy impressed. He impressed me. He impressed a lot of
Yeah.
49er fans, and I like him. I think we can win with him. But because he impressed people right away, okay, well, now we don't want Trey. Well,
Yeah, and it's like, you can't do that.
no, you shouldn't. You
Can't do
you,
that.
you can't give up on a player just because another player stepped up. What happens if we have now 2 good quarterbacks? Maybe we have, let's say Trey plays very well this year. We have a starter and we have a freaking good backup in Brock. So God forbid
Who knows
something happens to Trey, Brock can
team.
come in.
Right. Someone who knows the team, knows the offense, and you don't have to explain anything. They can just go in.
Yeah, so why would people want to get rid of it? But those are people that don't really know football or are very emotional.
Yeah.
They're very emotional and they go with their feelings, or they go with what other people say. If they hear certain media out there talking negative and they kind of like those individuals, they start following them. Like, okay, I tell people this: go and look at his film. Yes, he doesn't have that much. He hasn't played that much football. Maybe he won't be a good player. Maybe he will be a bust. I don't know. But
We don't know.
there's a maybe on both ways. Maybe he's a bust, or maybe he's going to be a Hall of Fame. We don't know. There's not enough tape. Now, I am comfortable with Brock. I'm confident that we can win games and win championships with Brock. But in the same token, I'm not ready to give up on Trey either. Now,
Me either.
if the Niners, and I said this before and I'll say it again, Dina, if the Niners made up their mind, they are in love with Brock, they want Brock, then I do say trade Trey, only for the fact that I don't want to waste his career here. Trade him so that he can get his opportunity to play somewhere else if the Niners truly have given up on him. But if they
As long as
haven't,
he doesn't come to as long as he doesn't come to the Eagles.
no, they're pretty safe with Janet. They just gave him a huge contract, so the Eagles are safe.
Don't bring anybody here. Mm-mm.
I've been talking about the Eagles, and I'll let you go with this. Certain people on Twitter have been putting on there that, they lost Javon Hargrave, but they picked up Jalen Carter from Georgia, which is a great pickup for the Eagles. And they picked up some other Georgia kids, right? But again, Hargrave has proven over and over again how good he is already in the NFL. Now,
That's right.
Carter has potential to be great, but he hasn't done it yet.
Right.
So people that think
Exactly.
that the Eagles' defensive line is better than our line, it's sadly to say that because they haven't other than Sweat and Hassan Radek, those guys have proved it. Those are great players. And the other guy, what's in Fletcher? He's great, but he's already old.
Right. I was surprised that they signed him again.
Yeah, he's great, but he's old. So, people are saying the Eagles on paper are better. Maybe by name,
On paper.
but on paper. But even Jalen Carter, as good as he is in Georgia, and he can be a beast in the NFL, but he hasn't proven it yet. He hasn't stepped on the field. What happens if he gets into trouble? Not that I wish he'd get in trouble. What happens if he gets arrested and never plays? You can't go, but so we know what we have. Because I've been hearing people, we overpaid for Hargrave now.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so at all. If
Listen.
anything, it complements our line.
Yes, Javon Kinlaw. As much as I like him as a, and I still wish. I think this year they didn't pick up his 5th-year option. I know he's disappointed, but I hope that's going to be a chip on his shoulder. If anything else, if he doesn't come back to the Niners in the 2024, at least he can audition to make it on another roster. So I hope he plays his heart out this year. Now, I think that he's healthy. Now that Hargrave is there, he's not going to have the pressure of being the guy. He's going to come in and substitute Hargrave. So he's going to come in with fresh legs. So I think that
wouldn't that be decent?
Kinlaw has an opportunity to play well based on that. And if he does,
Based on that.
if we sign him, we do it. If we don't, at least he can go another team and be a starter there. So I think we will get great production. But because he hasn't been able to live up to the standard of Buckner because of his injuries, we lacked in that area. So the Niners had to go and admit they made a mistake with him, and they brought in Javon Hargrave, and they paid him all that money. Imagine this, Diva. We were the #1 defense last year, and then we improved the #1 defense. Defenses don't do that. Teams don't do that. You don't improve when you're already #1. But they knew that the weakest part of the defense was what? The interior. So they went and got Hargrave. People don't realize how good this front seven is going to be. Now we have Greenlaw and Warner. And this kid, I know I'm rambling a little bit, but I'm excited. This kid that we picked up from TCU, D.
Yeah.
OMG. Even Jalen Graham.
Oh my goodness.
These guys fly all over. You know what we're going to do more this year that we haven't done in previous years under different coordinators, under Robert Saleh or D'Amico? Steve Wilkes loves to blitz.
Yes.
He loves to blitz.
Yes.
And now you got
We
these
have
2 linebackers. They can do it. OMG.
Oh, and that right side. Ooh.
I'm telling you. Hufanga can do it. Brown can do it. Now you bring in D. You bring in Jalen. They're going to have these guys humming. And then, listen, I know he wasn't a starter in Georgia, but he was behind great players there. But Robert Beal Jr. I'm telling you, Dina, as strictly a pass rusher, he ain't going to have no responsibilities other than to pin his ears back and go and hunt.
Dude is fast.
He's fast.
Okay.
He has 7 feet arms.
Oh my God.
He is long arms, huge. He can push the offensive tackle away from him and escape. And he's done it in college. Imagine him coming in to relieve Jackson or to relieve Clevin Farrell on 3rd downs, on 3rd longs. They bring him in. Or they take out Hargrave and they bring him in. It's endless on how they can bring the pressure to a quarterback.
Yeah. That's what I'm waiting to see.
And that's what excites me. Now, again, he has to prove it. He has to transition from college to the NFL. But he definitely has upside. And when listen, this is why, and I'll let you go with this. This is why I love the bringing in Clelin Ferrell from Clemson. I'm a big Clemson fan. I love the way he played.
I was going to ask you about that.
I love the way he played there. I think the Raiders. I watch a lot of film on him with the Raiders. The Raiders used him as a linebacker. They had him drop with the tight end. He's not good at that. The Niners are going to use him as a pure defensive end. Put your pin your ears back and go after the. That's what he did at Clemson under Chris Kasarik. This
Yeah.
kid. Now, I think that he would. I think he got drafted too high at number 4 to the Raiders, but I know he's a top 20 in the first round. So, if this kid can revive his career, oh my goodness,
That would be so awesome.
yeah. And then we have Drake Jackson that if he steps up his second year and becomes the kid that this defense is going to be endless. They're going to be the quarterbacks. Watch
That's
out.
what I want to see. Like the guys that came in like toward the second part of the season.
Yes.
You know, and just came in for like 1 or 2 plays. They impressed. I mean, they made an impression. Now, what can they do more? What more can they do? Let's
Exactly.
see what else they can do. You know? Yeah. So that's what I wanted to chime in on with you, and to thank you again, and Jess, and everybody else for doing what you do.
I appreciate that, Dina. Thank you so much for calling in. Always feel free to call in, and thank you for the support. You have a wonderful Sunday evening.
You do the same. Take care of yourself.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
That was Dina Harvey on the phone, all the way from Philadelphia. She is truly my Philadelphia connection. Welcome, Jess. Welcome, Bryant Cope. What's up, Bryant? The lines will be open in a minute. Give me 1 second. Let me just put in Dina's number in before I forget. So the next time they call, I know who they are. All right, Dina Harvey. Boom. All right. The lines are open. The lines are open. Feel free to call in. Number to call in is 209 961 2189. Once again, 209 961 2189. Feel free to call in and say hi and let me know what you feel and your thoughts on the draft picks. Leslie, how are you doing, Leslie? It's been a minute. Good to see you. Blessings to you and your family. Says, I am pleased with the draft. I think we got this. And our new kicker looks like a character from a 1942 Humphrey Bogart movie. Sorry that I screwed up his name. And that is always good. That's awesome. That is awesome. So the lines are now open. If you want to call in and say hello to Niner Sickness, or let me know your thoughts on the draft that just took place yesterday and the day before, feel free. The line will be yours. Once again, 209-961-2189. So, was I shocked that they took a kicker where they took him? Yes. Was I upset? No. I understand why they did it. All right, let's get our next caller. You are on with Niner Beto on the Niner Sickness podcast. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
This is Steve-O. How you doing, Beto?
Steve-O, what's up, brother?
How you doing, man?
Thank you for calling in to the Niner Sickness podcast. So, my friend, what are your thoughts on this year's draft? Is there anybody that you have a crush on?
No crushes, really. I mean, we didn't draft till basically the 4th round, so I've been trying to get into college for years, but there's just so many people. So I do like the Brown guy because we're gonna run a lot of 3 safeties, and he's good at blitzing. So we'll see.
Yeah, Brown. Yeah, Jair Brown from Penn State. He reminds me a lot of Micah Hyde from the Bills. Again, they have to prove themselves. They have to transition from the college to the NFL. But I love his upside. I love that him and Hufanga, if he does become that player that we want him to be, it's going to be fun to watch these two cats for years to come. Hufanga and Brown terrorizing the backfield. It's going to be definitely fun to watch. I was happy. He was my prediction and my pick, and they picked him. So
Oh, really?
I was excited. The tight end from Alabama, Cam, was another one that I wanted. I know a lot of people are not hype on him. A lot of people don't like that pick. In the famous things that I always hear, well, you could have picked him up in a later round. I love when people say that. You could have picked him up in a later round. There's no absolutes, Steve-O. You don't know. He might be there.
The only absolute is vodka. That's all I know.
Oh, wow. The only guarantee is going to get you drunk if you drink too much of it, for sure. But there is no absolutes. They either become Nick Bosa's or they become Solomon Thomas's. Either you get a Reuben Foster or you get a Fred Warner. You don't know until you try, but you got to commend your organization for at least trying to improve the roster. And hopefully, if you throw the gum against the wall, eventually it's going to stick. And that's what we want. And the thing with the kicker, people are so upset about they shouldn't have taken a kicker in that spot.
Sure.
That's too high. But if we all saw it, unless you were watching the draft, but if you weren't, you probably heard it on Twitter or on Instagram. The Patriots moved up. They moved up in the fourth round. Yes, 8 picks to take a kicker, which was essentially 14 picks after our kicker. It's hard for me to believe that was their guy. I mean, it could have been, but it's hard for me to believe that was their guy. They could have gotten Jake Moody. The Niners need a kicker. Yep. The Niners didn't have a 4th round pick. And then I heard people say, well, couldn't the Niners just move up into the 4th? Yes, they could. But guess what? You need a trade partner to do that.
And it's an extra pick we're giving away.
And an extra pick you were giving away. But there's no guarantee that you can move into the 4th round if nobody wants to trade with you. So if you're convicted on a player and there's a need, as there was, then hey, you take him. I mean, they could have took him with 102, but the reason why they took him with 99 because they were not going to take the chance that somebody would trade with the Raiders to take him. So they took him.
That surprised me. Him getting picked over the tight end kind of scratched my head for a minute. But as far as the clarification on the kicker spot, let's say this: it was a 3rd round pick. It was a comp pick, so basically, let's just say it was free.
Come on now.
It's just like the Trey Lance thing is the 1st round pick, but really, if you're picking 28th or behind, it's the 2nd pick. It's the same. It's basically a 4th round pick, right? But so just real quick, like if you score 20 points in a game, right? So that's 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals, right?
Yeah.
So the kicker kicked 6 points, made 2 field goals, and then he makes 2 extra points, all right?
Yeah.
So that's 8 points. So out of 20 points, the kicker scored 8 points. That's not 50%, like 10 points. So I don't know what the number is, like 48, whatever it is. I don't know. I'm not good at math.
The percentage. I got you. Go ahead.
So if you score 20 points and the kicker kicks 2 field goals and 2 extra points, that's 8 points out of 20. I mean, that's pretty close to 50%. So if your kicker is scoring, and our division, like we play a lot of the teams, they're pretty close games, like 50% of your scoring ish is like, it's a big deal. You know what I mean? So forget what pick it was, basically a 4th, like 50% of your scoring is from it might not translate out. He might, the balls are different in college and the hashes are different and all that, but we wouldn't have got a top 5 at any other position, basically. So, I mean, when you're scoring this many points as kickers, most people in the history of their league or their teams, the kicker scores most of the points for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the reality is this too, bro. 3rd rounds don't usually make it. with on this, especially when you're picking running backs. Trey Sermon no longer here. TDP,
No.
there's still a question mark. The way Jordan played, undrafted free agent, I don't know if he's going to be here. At least with a kicker, you know that nobody's really going to beat him because the competition is not a lot of people competing. And you know you're going to have him for the next 10 years at that position. So if you're going to use a position you know you're going to keep on the roster and you need a kicker, why not? I mean, if all the teams had kickers, nobody needed a kicker, and there was no really chance of somebody wasting a pick that high, I guarantee the Niners would have waited and took more of a chance. But there was two kickers that went off the board. It was the Patriots and the Packers, right? Took kickers.
There was three, but I don't remember the.
I think the
third one.
Patriots took two, if I'm not mistaken.
And now that you brought up Packers, because that's where I'm from, so it's my second team. But those Packers kind of screwed us because they knew we were looking at tight ends, and then they drafted Musgrave and Croft. They drafted two tight ends because they knew we needed a tight end. So I think they kind of screwed us there.
Wait a minute. Did I just hear you say that the Packers are your second team?
Well, I left Wisconsin when I was 7. So when I grew up, I couldn't get the Packers games. So my family's back there, but I could only watch Niner games. So I grew up as a Niner fan. So I still root for the Packers as my second team, but I always root for the Niners when they play each other.
Okay, so that you root for the. Yeah, I baseball. Like my wife's a Giants fan. I'm an A's fan. I can support the Giants. Basketball, it's just the Lakers, and in football, it's just the Niners. No other team. But there's like in baseball, it's no longer called the Cleveland Indians. Now they're the Cleveland something. I love the
Comma something.
Yeah, I love the Indians when they were called the
Guardians.
Guardians, yeah. So I used to love the Cowboys and Indians as a kid, but I used to always wanted to be the Indian, not the Cowboy. So I love for them, and I used to love to watch the Redskins because of the Indian. And then even Kansas City, I kind of don't like anymore because of the Super Bowl loss. But I love when you watch a game in Arrowhead and they do that chant like that.
Yeah.
I love that.
The tomahawk.
The tomahawk. Yeah, I love that. And so I used to watch those teams for that, but always just represented one team. So I understand when people like two teams, especially if they moved out of the area. Like you said, you moved out of Wisconsin, came over here, started to watch Niner games because you couldn't pick up a Packers game. And people don't realize back then they didn't have the NFL ticket.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some people nowadays are spoiled. You can move and still watch. You got to pay, but you can still watch your team. The person that is calling in, I'll be right with you. Please call back in a few minutes. Let me finish my call with Supremo, and then I'll take your call. So be paid. The person calling from the area code 425. Call me back in a few minutes. But let me ask you, Supremo.
Mm-hmm.
Which linebacker from the two linebackers the Niners took, D from TCU or Jalen from from Purdue, do you like more?
Well, let me put it to you like this. I've been a bettor my whole life because I'm in Nevada. So, there's always one team, and I can't bet on the Niners. I learned that lesson. But there's always one more pick I need to make a parlay. And so I've been watching college for years, but it's really hard because there's so many teams. So, I can't figure out, so basically college is just too big for me to grasp my head around everything. So I don't do this. I'm not a big draft guy to where like I might scout a few players, but I'm not going to spend my time like scouting all these players because the Niners most likely are going to draft them. Like I command like the 30 49er podcasters that were on the day one. I'm like, you guys are all watching knowing we're not trading up to the first. Day two, I thought we would move up to the 42nd pick. but like I'm not gonna, stream on a pod for 6 hours or whatever. And I couldn't do it. And then when they get the, then the kickers, the first pick, because we already have a bunch of offensive weapons, so it's not going to be a splash player. So I don't really know that too much about the college players. Yeah, but I think that McCurry Ball will fill that linebacker 3 position. So I don't really know about too much about either of the linebackers.
Oh, fair enough. I love college football. I love to watch potential prospects, not only for our team but for other teams. Like I like to know, since we're in the NFC West, I want to see who the Rams picked up. I want to know who Seattle picked up or Arizona. I want to be able to know what kind of players those players are. Are they going to be effective with that team? Are they good enough to be okay if they're coached properly? I'm a football nerd, but I hear you. Hey, me and Jess, we did day 1, day 2, and day 3. Day 1, it was 4.5 hours. Day 2 was 4.5 hours. And day 3, we did 7.5 hours live straight.
Yeah, you guys are all crazy, and I even watched. I went back and one of the ones I couldn't catch live, I rewound and watched the first the kicker pick just to see everybody's reaction.
Yeah, that's funny. You guys are crazy. What are you doing? What do you think you're doing? Watching that it's just being passionate, bro. Just being passionate, loving what you do, and anything else. We just had great conversations. We had great guests, and it was just fun to talk with. But with that, Supremo, I'm gonna let you go. So I'm gonna take another call. I'm gonna save your number, so if you ever call again, I know who it is calling in. Is that okay?
Yeah, I was surprised it wasn't blocked, but yeah, go ahead.
It wasn't blocked.
I just want to ask you, because I do pay attention, like Stenson Bennett got drafted to the Rams. I called AZ would pick up a quarterback. But I did want to ask you about the flag giveaway, because I might have missed a week or so. Did you do that yet, or is that still going on?
No, not yet. I'm going to make sure I'm going to do a live before I do the flag giveaway, just to let everybody know. And I want to put on the topic, watch video for flag information. So keep an eye out for that video. Once I do the flag giveaway, I'll do a video ahead of time just to announce that I'm going to do it, when I'm going to do it, so that people can be notified and know to watch.
And just real quick, so like, I know we have big expectations for Niner fans, but look, there's only 32 teams, right? 1 out of 32 wins, so that's like a 32nd, right? So like if an inch, everybody knows how much an inch is. It's usually the index finger to the first bend of your finger.
Correct.
The 16th, everybody pretty much knows how much 16th is, right? So half of that is a 32. So like I understand, like we want to win now, but like just be patient. Everybody thought Brock Purdy shouldn't have been picked. We should have picked a center or whatever, and that turned out to be one of the best picks. Like Burford, or Banks was a bust because he didn't play. Like, just trust the process. You know what I mean? Like, just be faithful. Like, a 32nd of an inch is one team can win out of 32. So I mean, like, just trust the process. We don't need to, like, when you know the answer to something, you know what I mean? It's easy to criticize, but like, just trust the process because it seems to be working for the most part.
Absolutely. If you look at all the draft picks that we have, yes, do we have someone that we scratch our head, like the Solomon Thomas, a Reuben Foster? But then you look at the Bosa, you look at the Debo, you look at like the Brandon Ayuk pick, you look at the George Kittle pick, the Greenlaw, the Hufanga. If you look at all the picks, we might have picked up some bad ones, but I guarantee you we picked up more good ones than bad. So to your no, bro, yes, be patient, allow the due process to take place, and support the team. That word faithful, it is totally misconstrued with the Niner fan base. It's misused. Live up to that word, faithful. We are the faithful. What does that mean? It doesn't mean that you can't share your opinion, your frustration. You can do that. But at the end of the day, remain faithful. With that said, brother, I'm going to let you go. You have a wonderful day. And once again, thank you for calling in, my friend.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, brother. That was Stevo Supremo calling in. Great guy. Let me save his number. Let me save his number. Make sure for the next call. Give me a second, guys. Steve-O Supremo. So Steve-O Supremo, there it is. Save it. Then all right. So the lines are back open again. I'm not going to be too long. I've been here a little bit over 2 hours. Great conversations. Somebody was trying to call earlier, but the line was busy because I had Supremo on the phone. But if you want to call in, feel free to call in and let's talk football. The lines are open. Call in area code 209-961-2189. That is 209-961-2189. What is going on? Sean from G9 Garage. Welcome, my friend. Welcome to the chat. Any more callers? If not, we'll call it a day. We have been here for 2 hours. All right, here we got another caller. Thank you for calling in to the Niner Sickness Podcast. This is Niner Beto. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Hi, Beto. This is John Short.
Oh, I can barely hear you.
Hang on. It is
Oh.
John LaJoy.
John LaJoy?
Yeah.
All right, let me write that name. I don't think we have spoken. Oh, never. No, you didn't hear that. You didn't hear that. As soon as I said it out of my mouth, and my brain told me who it was. So that's why I'm like, as soon as I'm like, I said it too fast. How you doing, John?
Doing good. I have the list of the 12 undrafted guys that we picked up.
All right. Would you care to share that with us?
One person is Jack Collette.
Okay.
Fullback from Oregon State, and he plays linebacker, and he does play in the wildcat position as a quarterback.
Okay.
And then we got the Hawaii guy, and he's supposed to be good too.
Okay.
Because he likes to play a lot of smash mouth football.
I heard. I watched a little bit about him. I heard he's pretty good.
He's tough too, just like Basie Fisher, and we got and then we have a few DBs. We picked up 2 running backs from the undrafted, and that type of stuff. And we picked up 2 wide receivers. I haven't looked at the film on them yet, but they look. Basically, it will be like a coin toss.
No, I heard one of those receivers, unless they're 2 different receivers, but I heard one of the receivers kind of backed out and say that no, we did not sign them. I don't know. I don't know if that's one of them you're talking about, but I read that on Twitter.
It could have been. Okay. I don't know what one. I haven't basically heard about that one.
Yeah, I don't remember the name, but I remember reading it earlier. Now I don't remember the source. I didn't look at the source that said it, so I'm thinking it was a good source, or the person that wrote it, but that's what I heard. Unless they were kidding, but I don't see why they would. But
yeah, and I was definitely surprised when we got basically Jack Moody in the 3rd round, but it was a good pickup too.
Oh, the kicker, Jake Moody, yes.
Yeah, he can kick a 69-yard field goal.
I think his longest was 59. Yeah, did you say 59 or 69?
69, because I even looked it up too.
Oh, so it's 69.
Yeah, so he has a leg on him.
Wow. Okay. I thought it was 59, but hey, who's arguing?
Yeah, I was definitely surprised too myself.
And see, people are saying he doesn't have a leg. You listen. You're not going to be kicking those 69-yard kick
No.
if you don't have a leg.
Yeah.
That is just ridiculous. That people say he doesn't have a leg. People are just going to hate the fact
Yeah.
that they don't like the pick, so they're going to try to kind of discredit the pick. But they shouldn't do that, man. Just say you don't like the pick. I don't like
Yeah,
it, but don't discredit it.
Yeah, and technically these guys would be like basically a coin toss anyway, until we get to see them in the pro league anyway.
Yes, sir. Real quick, I'm reading the comments. David says puff puff. Is you should have said that, David. You should have said puff puff, then make the call. Welcome free Kyle now. Fire. I don't know where I got free from. 1, 2, 3 free. Fire Kyle now. Oh, we have a Kyle hater.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
it's all good. It's all good. Everybody can have their opinions and how they feel. They can express it. But I don't mind people telling me certain things like fire Kyle or do it. But I always ask, okay, give me your reason behind it. I just don't like him.
Yes.
Well, that's not a good reason. Give me a reason. What, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, the kicker, listen, and I mentioned this I'm not going to go too much over it because I said it earlier in the show, but
Yes, you did.
there's guaranteed that he's going to make the team. He's going to be kicking for the next 10 years plus. A lot of players that get drafted, there's no guarantee they're going to make the team or stay on the team. Perfect example, Trey Sermon. And the question mark right now on TDP is still out there. So again, hold on. People said, well, you could have got him in the 4th, 5th, or whatever. I'm like, well, maybe, maybe not. If the Patriots moved up 8 spots in the 4th round to take a kicker, what's to say that Moody was not on their list?
Yes.
And the only reason why they took who they took is because we took Moody. And the Niners heard this, and they're like, we don't have a 4th round pick. I don't want to wait into the 5th round. Let's just take him.
Yes.
And that's what they did. And Niner fans are going to sit there and just because they didn't take a pass rusher or they didn't take an offensive tackle. And I love the way that Kyle Shanahan explained it. I don't know if you watched the press after how he said it about when he was talking about tackles, right? Or offensive linemen.
Yes.
He was talking about you have to beat out the OG or the backup, the next one. And a lot of times when you're picking that low, that late in the round 3, what are the chances that particular offensive lineman is going to beat out a vet?
Yes.
And this is why they didn't go that direction. But as you saw, they went ahead and picked up an undrafted free agent and Joey Fisher, where if he does beat out a vet, then good for the Niners, right? If he doesn't, no big deal. They didn't give up a draft pick. This is why I tell people you got to get out of your feelings and see what the Niners are trying to do. They know for sure that a kicker was going to make the roster. Not necessarily too much on the offensive lineman. And even if you cut him and try to bring him back on the practice squad, there's no guarantee that who did we lose? We cut someone. We wanted to bring him back and he was taken from us by another team. And it was a good player. And so you don't want to take that chance. So trust the process. Believe what your scouting team is doing. Believe in your head coach. Believe in your GM. It's okay to complain. It's okay to express how you feel. You can say, you know what? I don't care. I don't like the pick. That's fine. But to sit there and say that it's not a good pick, we don't know that. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're not. You got to let it play out. But besides the kicker, what other player that was taken that you're excited about? That you like, man, if this guy can come into fruition.
I would like to see what these guys are capable of doing and see what would be basically best fit for like next year or the following year when like basically when basically Silverback retires because he ain't going to be there all day. Juszczyk ain't going to be there the whole time.
Yeah, he's getting
So
up there in age.
yeah, and so we are looking at probably like a new fullback. That's why we probably picked up basically Jack Gillette because he can play that position too, and he hits hard too.
Does he?
Yeah, and he can do some stuff that Juszczyk can't do probably.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
we and he can hit as a linebacker too. So
And, he,
everything that he can do is good.
and he's definitely cheaper than Juice.
Yeah, and plus he could be a plug and play, and technically he could be our fourth quarterback if we needed it, in case if like say Brock Purdy gets hurt, Trey Lance gets hurt.
Well, like what happened in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, last year. Yeah.
Very to your point, we had our running back trying to throw the ball because we ran out of options there.
Yes.
One of the guys that I'm fired up for, there's two guys, there's a couple, but the two guys that I really wanted to talk to you about is first is D Winters, TCU linebacker.
Oh, yeah.
I love his. This guy. It's a not a mini me, but a kind of like a Greenlaw. I tell people if you love Greenlaw, you're gonna love this kid.
Greenlaw and basically Patrick Wilson and a few other guys. That's what he reminds me of.
Patrick Wilson. Who's that?
I said Patrick Wilson.
Yeah, I know I heard you, but I'm trying to figure out who that. I can't remember that play. Are you saying Patrick Willis?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Patrick Willis, I know. Patrick Wilson, I'm not. Who? But
Yeah.
got you. Oh wow, that's high praise. That's high praise right there.
Because I was watching some of their highlights and whoa, they can light you up.
Yeah. Well, you know what? They I believe if it's not Jalen Graham from Purdue, it's going to be D Winters. But one of them are really good. They use them a lot on stunts, on what do you call it when they blitz the quarterback. And one thing we know about Steve Wilkes, he loves to blitz. And if they're going to shoot him like a missile, then you want to be a guy that is effective getting to the quarterback. So I'm excited about that.
And you want to hit them as hard as you can, and get back up again and hit somebody else.
Yeah, and let's be real. Burks is a special teams linebacker. You got Ball, who was on the practice squad, and then you got D Winters. I think he has a very good chance to become that third linebacker next to Fred Warner and Greenlaw. Imagine having two Greenlaws.
Oh, domination.
Yeah, I mean Greenlaw is all over the place. Imagine having two of them on there. That to me is exciting. And then the last guy before I let you go that I like is, I want to hear your opinion on, is the kid that we picked up from Georgia, Robert Beal Jr. Long arms, very fast. They're going to pin his ears back and just let him go. What are your thoughts on him?
With him, Nick Bosa, Hargrave, and what's the other? Drake. Wow, that's going to be good.
Yeah. Eric Armstead is going to, Jake Jackson, if he steps up year two. I'm a Clemson Tiger guy, so I love Cleveland Farrell. I think he was misused with the Raiders. They played him out of position. They used him as a linebacker instead of his hands on the ground as a D end. I think he's going to have his opportunity to do that. Do I think he was a a fourth overall pick? Maybe a little high for him. But
Yeah,
under the Niners, Chris Kaseric, if this guy plans out, oh my goodness.
we will have basically the best, again, defense out there with some heavy hitters on it.
If everybody liked the 2019 front seven with Buckner, I know people are going to hate on me on this, but I think Juwan Hargrave is a better player than Buckner.
Yes.
I think he's definitely a better run stopper. But Buckner is more of a pass rusher.
Yes.
He doesn't stop the run very well, and we're going to get this more with Hargrave. So this defense, who was already number one last year, just got better.
Yes, I definitely agree on that one.
So with that, John, is it okay if I save your number on my phone so the next time you call, I know who you are?
Save it. Go ahead. I have your number saved in my phone, and let's give a little shout out for Raider Bear too.
Yes,
I pay attention to him.
my boy
And,
Joseph, the Raider Bear.
yeah, and I sent him a message when a quarterback he was talking about that he wanted on the Raiders right off the get go was what was the name? O'Connor.
Oh, the
It
what?
was
Yes,
more
I know.
Yeah.
Did they pick up? Did the Raiders pick up a quarterback? Do you know?
Yeah, yes, they did.
Okay, I don't remember.
I was watching that. Let me pull it up on my phone quickly
Sure.
because he sent Raider Bear sent me a voice clip. It was Andrew O'Connell.
O'Connell. That's who they picked up, or is that who he wanted?
That's who Raider Bear wanted because he wanted to be really celebrating St. Patty's Day.
Oh, okay. Got you. Well, I know the Raiders drafted very well, and so
Yes.
because Joseph's my friend, I'm happy for him. Not so much for the Raiders, but for him. I'm always supported him. He's a great friend. Been to his house. Great guy. With that note, John, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for calling in, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for supporting the channel. You have a wonderful rest of the evening.
Same with you too.
All right, brother. All right, that was John. His Josue Hernandez is in the house. What's up, brother? Hello to my favorite 49er podcast. Wow. Well, thank you, Jose. Appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. Let me go ahead and save this number real quick so that I don't forget. Give me a second, gentlemen. Let's see here. John. All right, let me take another call. Thank you for calling into the Niner Sickness Podcast. This is Niner Beto. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Beto, this is G9, Sean.
What's up, Sean? How you doing, brother?
What's up, buddy?
Thank you for calling in, being part of the show.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So,
I still got to get used to this lag, the delay.
On the video or on the phone?
The phone compared to the video.
Oh, when you're live on the video.
Yeah.
Do me a favor.
There's a delay.
Turn down your whatever you were listening to me prior to calling. Turn it down, and the delay will be gone.
The volume?
Yeah, the volume. Turn the volume down. Not on your phone, but on the TV or
Yeah, the tablet.
the tablet. Yeah, turn it down on the tablet, and then just hear me on the phone, not on the tablet.
Oh, okay.
And we should be fine.
Oh, okay.
It's just like two guys on the phone talking. Is there a delay still there?
Yeah. Well, I just turned the volume off on the tablet.
Okay, so you're just listening to me on the phone, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. You're good there. So, Sean, let me ask you:
What's up?
the draft that just took place 2 days ago, or a day ago. What are your thoughts on the draft picks that we picked? Which one are you most exciting to see come to fruition?
Man, to be honest, like this year I didn't really play a lot of fantasy football and kept up with the colleges and the draft because I always get disappointed every year by just like how Steve was talking about. Of us not picking those players, and I get mad, and they go to another team and they do really well, and it just gets under my skin. So this year I took a break from everything. Um, player wise, I like to see that tight end, the
The first,
Tattoo.
the first one, the one, Cam from
Yeah,
Alabama.
the first one. Yeah, because I think if we, that's what we needed last year was another strong tight end, and not just for the NFC Championship, how it turned out, but as like overall with the two tight end sets,
Yeah,
if we have a really good two tight end sets, that's hard to stop, especially with our run game. I mean, two big strong tight end, another one to match Kittle.
yeah,
I think our offense will really, really take off.
yeah.
Um,
And the other tight end that we picked up from where did we pick him up from? Oklahoma. He's a good blocking tight end.
yeah,
And so if you put in Willis in there to block, and you do a three tight end set, but one's a blocker,
uh-huh,
you can
yeah,
unleash Cam and Kittle out there, and they're both great catchers. I'm telling you, and then I'm telling you, this offense is going to get crazy. Now, Trey Lance has to come through, or Brock Purdy needs to be healthy in order for this to happen. But if we can get one of those quarterbacks to step up, this offense is going to be fun to watch. We're going to put points, brother.
yeah. I mean, just Brock, towards the end of the year, that was a really good run.
Yeah,
So
we haven't put
I mean,
30 up to more than 30 points since. Oh my goodness, it's,
a long
it's been a
time.
long time. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
been a
would
long
say
time.
Steve
I mean,
Young. I mean, really, or Alex Smith, but it's been a minute.
yeah,
To
it's
be
been a long
consistent,
time.
30-point games. Yeah, so he came in and picked up the offense very well. I know people love Trey. I love Trey, but you can't overlook how poised Brock Purdy was, how confident
Yeah,
in the pocket.
he was good. He was good. I mean, he took me and the league and everybody by surprise. I
Now
knew he was going
everybody
to do
was looking for
okay,
the Brock Purdy in the
but
seventh round.
hmm yeah. But I mean, he did good. I'm a Trey guy. I
Same
liked the
here.
Trey out of college,
Okay.
but I mean, that is me. I don't like Brock. I don't know why people get so, one way or the other. Like they hate one and then they like the other. It's not fair to these guys,
No, it's
I
not.
mean, they haven't really done much. And no matter what, they're our quarterback. Like
Yes.
they're the quarterback of the 49ers. That's our team.
The what gets me the
So
most, Sean, is when they want one or the other to fail.
yeah.
It's like, why
It's
would
like
you
how can you
want
wish failure on somebody?
that is on your team? It's like, okay, if you love Trey and you don't like Brock, fine. But why would you want Brock to fail? Or vice versa. If you're a Brock guy, why would you want Trey to fail? They're representing the San Francisco 49ers. I always say
And
this, and I'll say it again. I represent the name in the front of the jersey, not the one in the back.
Yeah. I mean, they're our quarterback. So if they fail, we fail.
Exactly.
We lose. So it doesn't make sense.
It's just people
Doesn't
loving
make
certain
sense.
players, and it's okay to love one and I like the other, but you can say, you know what, I'm a Trey fan. I love Trey, but if it's Brock, I'm gonna support him while we're winning, but I'm still a Trey fan. That's fine to say that. But man, I
Yeah, I
hope
mean, for
Brock breaks
years.
his leg, or I hope Brock gets
Yeah,
killed.
that's stupid.
It's like,
For years, right? We did that with Jimmy G.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. People
I
hate
mean,
it.
he was a mediocre player. He's, we all hate. Well, I don't want to say hate. That's a strong word, but we hated the way he played.
Yeah.
But he was our quarterback, so we cheered for him no matter what. Even though he threw all those interceptions and practice in the game, even though every time he throws, we kind of cringe a little bit.
Yeah, the hate for Jimmy
but
was
he was still our
unreal.
quarterback.
The hate for
and,
Jimmy was unreal, man.
and he was still a quarterback.
Yep.
So I don't know. The draft overall, I give it a B. Not a B minus, B plus, or A minus, C plus. I give it just a flat B. I think we improved. They were talking about this draft is going to be about depth, right?
Yes.
And they delivered. They brought a lot of depth. I mean, these are really good depth pieces, and our team is good as it is already. We're stacked. We don't need to, go out and make every move a splash move. Hargrave was the main splasher, and that was a great one. So I don't think we needed to sign every single top player. We don't have a first or second round. So
out of all the players that we signed on Friday and Saturday, they're all depth with potential to be starters in the future, right?
Yeah,
But
they're
there's
depth. I
one
mean,
but there's one player that we drafted that is guaranteed to be a starter this season, and that's the kicker. And this is why I believe they took him.
Yeah, I mean, you hear about the Patriots having needing a
They took it. They moved up.
kicker, and
They moved up
drafted,
8 spots in the 4th round to take a kicker. Who's to say that they wouldn't have taken Jake Moody if he was available?
I'd bet money they would have.
Yeah, and we didn't have a 4th
I'd
round,
bet money they would have.
and there's no guarantee he would have made it to the 5th round, or we would be able to move up from the 5th into the 4th. So the Niners are like, listen, we need a kicker. We need to address this. I don't want to give up a 99, but we don't have a 4th, so we got to do what we got to do. So it is what it is, man. It was a need.
Yeah,
Now,
I'm not surprised. Honestly, when they drafted it, I was watching you guys, or I think I was watching somebody, and I just laughed out loud.
Yeah.
I literally just laughed out loud. I think I was kind of like buzzing too, right?
Yeah,
And I
okay.
just laughed out loud. Like, I just laugh, because I thought it was funny. But then until I took, a couple minutes to think about it, and it made sense. I mean, he's on a rookie contract.
Yep.
So, and he's a decent kicker, and that's what we need.
Yep.
So you killed 2 birds with 1 stone right there.
Yes, sir.
And he's the best kicker in the draft. We got him in the 3rd round. Yeah. Who else does that? But hey, we do that apparently.
Well,
And it was a need. And he's on a rookie contract. So he's on a rookie contract. We have him for 4 years.
a little bit of
If he turns
history.
out-
A little bit of history, Sean. Not to cut you off, but the last time we took a kicker in the 3rd round, and I can't think of his name, but we took a kicker in the 3rd round. We went to the Super Bowl and won it.
Yeah, I
So
heard
if
something about that.
history repeats itself, we are a Super Bowl caliber team. We took a kicker in the 3rd round. Now let's go out and win our Super Bowl. Imagine if we go to the Super Bowl, bro, and we win it by 60-yard or 65-yard kick by our kicker.
Yep.
Then what?
Yeah.
We-
And by a kick, not even 60, 65 yards, a 45 or 50 yarder, or just a simple, 30, 35 yarder. I mean, they could choke and they could miss, but if he's good, he's going to hit it.
Yeah.
So I'm not too, some people are really, really butthurt about that pick, but to me, he's on a weak contract. They don't have to go out and search for one. And it's just, it just makes sense. It just makes sense.
Absolutely.
And especially our defense. Oh my gosh, I am looking so forward to this defense. We got better on defense.
Oh, yes,
We
sir.
lost Ward, we lost some people, I know, but overall, this offseason, this defense just got a lot scarier. I mean, people are talking about the Eagles draft and the Seattle's draft. Yeah, that's fine. That's them, but they lost key pieces, and we kept our key pieces, and we built on this offseason, and especially this draft. And these guys, these defensive ends that we brought on, I mean, it's going to be crazy. We're going to be scary.
And when you
We're gonna
draft
be
when
scary.
you draft a good player, like okay, the Eagles they lost Hargrave to us in free agency. Jalen Carter from Georgia fell to them. They took him. Great pick by the Eagles to replace Hargrave. But as good as Jalen Carter was in college, it doesn't guarantee that that's going to transcend to the NFL.
Uh-huh.
Or if he's going to have a hard time picking it up and then and eventually be good, but a couple years down the line, Hargrave has already produced, particularly with them, very good football. So our team, who was already number one, became better with his addition. Now, if Drake Jackson from last year can step up and play, you know that Eric Armstead always gets better when you have two teams taking double teams. Eric Armstead is not good when he's double teamed.
Smiling right now.
So this front seven, and not only that, bro, and I'm going to let you go with this and I'm going to end the show, Sean, is this. Steve Wilkes loves to blitz. He loves to blitz. We already have a front seven they can get off, or a front four they can get after the quarterback without blitzing. And then you occasionally throw a blitz in there when they don't expect it. And you send someone like D. Winter from TCU or Jalen Graham from Purdue, like a rocket, right to the quarterback.
Oh, those guys are fast.
Yes, they're fast, bro. Or you sent what's his name, Robert Beal. After, I'm telling you, this defense is definitely going to be fun to watch. The offense is going to be fun to watch. We're going to put up points. Now, we just got to make sure that we are established in quarterback. If Trey Lance struggles or Brock is not ready, and if Sam Darnold cannot learn this offense, then it's a whole different ball game. But if one of those three quarterbacks can step up and play, at this point, I don't care who it is. I love Trey. I just want stability from a quarterback. They can move the ball and allow his playmakers to do what they do best. Allow Kittle to do what Kittle does. I think Brandon Ayuk is going to have a breakout year this year.
Yeah, he's gonna have another better year. I mean, I just want to, just call in because, I was watching. I figured I might as well call in and talk to you. Because like I said, you're an inspiration to me too,
Well, I appreciate that, Sean, man. I really love you being part of the channel.
Yeah, not just, as far as like trying to get my automotive channel off the ground somehow, but in life too, I mean, you're a big inspiration to me too, as far as like, on a personal level with your experiences, and with your legs,
Yeah, I've been going through, I appreciate that I can inspire you, Sean. And if you need any help or any ideas or advice with a channel, feel free to. You have my number now. Save it. Hit me call me or text me, and I'll try to pass any knowledge that I have towards you and building your channel.
Yeah, I mean, the first step is getting ready, and I'm buying myself a little camera, so I guess I got to use it one of these days,
Yep, you'll get it up there, bro. It starts. Yeah. All right. Sean, it was a pleasure. You have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
All right, brother. So that was Sean, G9 Garage. I am not taking no more calls tonight. Oops, which one is it? I didn't. Anyway, no more calls. I've been on here for almost two hours and 40 minutes. You guys been amazing. 10 of you watching strong. Thank you so much for your support to the channel. I truly appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for all the support that you guys have done to my channel. Continue to go follow these great callers like 49er Minded, 49er Media. Sean from G9 Garage is trying to get his channel up and running. Go support them. My boy No Border Sports, Ryan, go and support him as well. Great guys. There's a lot of great content creators out there. I always say this. If you're watching someone else, that is fine. I'm not the guy that, why are you watching them and not me? Listen, everybody has their cup of tea they like. But at the end of the day, we all love the 49ers and we all support them. Appreciate you guys calling in. Thank you for making this a great success. Stay blessed and go Niners. Until next time, I am your boy, your host, Niner Beto, with another episode of the Niner Sickness Podcast. Peace.